Today, superpowers literally do whatever they want. They have completely erased the existence of international law and the necessity of complying with it. Unfortunately, the UN is on its knees, and without reform and a consistent strengthening of its powers, the UN Security Council is completely toothless. In a small country like Slovakia, we can do nothing. We can only watch in disbelief as elite American military units kidnap the president of the sovereign country of Venezuela, and as the United States announces that it will rule over the entire 30 million people of Venezuela. However, I must give credit to U.S. President Donald Trump for one thing. He did not unjustifiably justify his decision with the false need to spread democracy or protect human rights, as Biden would say. The administration, or any previous U.S. president, has spoken openly about control over Venezuela, oil, and the entry of U.S. companies into the Venezuelan oil industry. Just as I could have vetoed the introduction of mandatory quotas for the placement of illegal migrants in Slovakia, or I could have done something real about the European Union's crazy idea to provide Ukraine with a war loan of 90 billion euros when I excluded Slovakia from this loan. Looking at Venezuela, there is nothing we can do in Slovakia. Perhaps that was the reason why several people in Slovakia warned me yesterday that we should be careful in criticizing the American attack and the kidnapping of the Venezuelan president. You know, the rhetoric of political shockwaves. Let's not get hurt by it. Let's stay out of things that don't concern us. I remained purposefully silent in the case of Venezuela. Even though we can't do anything, not even symbolically, and I'm not going to do anything embarrassing, I must unequivocally condemn and reject this latest American oil adventure, even at the cost that my clear and consistent stance may temporarily worsen Slovak-American relations politically. There is no way around this for me. If the American president has unreservedly stated what he wants in Venezuela as the head of a sovereign country that respects international law, I have a duty to openly express my opinion. I have no desire today to deal with the ravings of the Slovak opposition, led by an obedient Slovakia, according to which no one will miss the kidnapped president of sovereign Venezuela. The European Union still has the opportunity to recover and become a true world power, democratic and just. Since the European Union is our living space in its practical politics, I will do everything in my power as the Prime Minister of a small country to further undermine the credibility and effectiveness of the European Union. Dear friends, I consider the decision to pursue a policy of openness to all four corners of the world to be the most practical and beneficial for Slovakia under the circumstances.